Hello, silly geese. I'm Lucy, the goose behind the games, and this is the first time I'm ever uploading anything to this channel. So I'm very, very excited to be doing this with you guys today. I do intend to do live streams on Twitch very, very soon. Mostly cozy nostalgia games with a little sprinkle of maybe some spooky, scary games every once in a while. We'll see. But I'm doing this tier list primarily to figure out the technology. And I'm very glad I'm doing that because I have recorded this 4 times. And something has been wrong every single time. So hopefully, fourth time is the charm, and we can actually upload this to the YouTube. Fingers crossed. So today we're going to be ranking the Nancy Drew games because I grew up on these bad boys, and I will be playing every single one that I can get my hands on. I will go ahead and start by saying that I still have never played these games. I intend to very soon, but they will sit in the unplayed category for now. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started because, like I said, I've recorded this 4 times and I'm ready to get her done. So, Secrets Can Kill, the original 1998. I was born in 1998, so I do feel like I grew up with Nancy, which is very, very cool to me. I think that I only played this game one singular time, and honestly, once was probably enough. This game is very, very nostalgic for obvious reasons. It's the first in the franchise. But because of how clunky it is, i.e. the 2-disc gameplay, because of that, I could do without it. I don't think I ever need to replay this again. I never crave playing this game. But, I mean, if I have the chance to replay it, I certainly will. It's just not something that I'm, like, itching to do. You know what I mean? Staging for Danger, I think I could replay this every couple of years. It's also very nostalgic, also very clunky though, and has the potential for a soft lock. And if you know anything about me, which you don't because we're all new to this channel, I'm very good at getting myself stuck in games. So the potential for me getting stuck in this game is very, very high, like through the roof. In fact, I don't know if I ever finished this game myself because when I played it I was probably like 11 years old, maybe 12, and so if I got stuck I don't think I was trying again. If you know where the soft lock is, you know it's like in the middle of the game, and at that point you're not wanting to start over, right? So I think I could replay it for the sake of nostalgia, but it's again not one that I'm really reaching for very often. So yeah, it's gonna sit right there. I think I'm also gonna put Message in a Haunted Mansion there, which might be a little bit controversial, but hear me out. I didn't play this one a lot as a kid. There are a few puzzles that are pretty tedious, the floor puzzle being one of them. I don't think that that is something... The floor puzzle gives me nightmares, and nightmares don't fit in a comfort game, and I would not sell my soul to do the floor puzzle for the first time, so it is going to have to go in the every few years category. Treasure in the Royal Tower, however, the Royal Tower can get it. I would sell my soul to play this game for the first time. The winter setting, the castle, Professor Hotchkiss, y'all, this is a good game, and the cover art is purple, which I'm really vibing with right now. I really like purple right now. So yeah, I would put it in my top games. Top 5 for sure. The final scene, kind of an iconic game, but I don't know if it's one that I would... I know I wouldn't sell my soul for it. I don't even think it's a comfort game, so I think I'm also going to put this in every few years. There are some iconic lines, and we have Sassy Nancy in this game, which is really fun, I have to admit. But it's just not my favorite. You're only in one place. And I know that a lot of games are like that, okay, so don't freak out. But the Royal Palladium Theater, okay, there aren't a lot of places that you can really explore, so the environment is kind of lacking for me, unfortunately. And the environment of a Nancy Drew game really sells it for me personally. So that's why it's gonna have to sit there. And I think I will also put Scarlet Hand there. Um, yeah, I think I'll put it there too. Ghost Dogs of Moon Lake, though, the environment slaps in this game. The soundtrack is so good. The characters are so good. Also, something you're going to learn about me very, very quickly is that a lot of my hobbies and my free time activities scream grandma core. And something that you do in Ghost Dogs of Moon Lake is you go bird watching. And that is something that I do frequently in real life. So Ghost Dogs of Moon Lake does indeed have a special place in my heart because of the birds, not even because of the dogs. The Haunted Carousel, I'm going to say, is a comfort game, which might be controversial because a lot of people don't really like the Haunted Carousel. And honestly, it's not even one of my favorites, but I think because it's so childlike and lighthearted and simple, it's just an easy game to throw on if I just want to play a quick Nancy Drew game. No stress whatsoever. The characters are unique. Yeah, it's just a fun game. There are a lot of mini games. You can order food. Yeah, I like it. Danger on Deception Island I will also put in this category because I didn't play it a lot as a kid, but I have a new appreciation for it as an adult. The vibes are really cozy. I really like the setting a lot. Would I sell my soul to play it again for the first time? Probably not, but I do enjoy a replay of Deception Island. Shadow Ranch. I would sell my soul to play this game for the first time, for sure. The environment is incredible. When you get to go to the ghost town, it's just spooky enough, but not so spooky that it's like makes you feel like uncomfortable. The characters are iconic. The music is so good. The story, the historical story of it is so good. The mystery is interesting. I love this game. There's so much to love about Shadow Ranch. Dave Gregory, so much to love. Curse of Blackmore Manor, I'm going to put in a comfort game, and that might be a little bit controversial because people love this game. And don't get me wrong, I also adore this game, but I would not sell my soul to play it again for the first time simply because the first time I played Blackmore Manor was when I was 10 years old. And when I was 10 years old, I had very few brain cells, and those brain cells were not prepared for alchemy puzzles. So I had a really hard time finishing this game, and for that reason, it got to be really stressful. So I don't want to play it for the first time ever again, but I love replaying this game. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I love this game. The characters are amazing. The music is amazing. Again, everything is amazing. But the end puzzles, just really, I don't think I can go through that again for the first time. I'm glad I know how to do them now, kind of. But I don't want to have to learn that for the first time ever again. Secret of the Old Clock. This one's a very simple game, very lighthearted again, but in the Haunted Carousel, I could play a lot and not really get tired of it. I think I could get tired of Secret of the Old Clock, and it's not one that I really ever reach for a replay, so I'm going to say that once was probably enough. I think that this one has some endearing qualities, but not anything really, really special to me. Last Train to Blooming Canyon, we're going to put it in a comfort game. The Hardy Boys make their first appearance in this game, and I really appreciate that. Really, really appreciate that. There are some really iconic lines in this game. Love the environments, the atmosphere. The music is good. We meet Fatima. So much good in this. Danger by Design. I do love this game. I love that it's in Paris. The characters are cool. I really like learning about the history in this game. I studied French in high school, so that's a fun element. but I wouldn't sell my soul to play it again for the first time. Similar to the reason for Blackmore Manor, the end puzzles were just too hard for me to figure out. And so for that reason, it bumps it down a peg, and I will put it in a comfort game instead. The Creature of Kapu Cave, once was probably enough. I will play this game if I am craving a tropical adventure, but hear me when I say I live in Arkansas. The humidity is already off the charts. I'm not usually looking for a summer vacay. I'm trying to get with the winter Wisconsin vibes if I'm going on vacation. And I certainly don't want to be in a tropical rainforest sweating my little butt off studying bugs. No thank you, I will pass. There are some cool elements to this game, but it's just not enough for me to crave a replay. White Wolf of Icicle Creek. I love the lodge. I love the food minigame. I love the characters. But a lot of the actual mystery kind of fell flat for me. But not enough for me to say that once was enough. I'm going to say every few years is probably good enough for me. Legend of the Crystal Skull, however, we can put that in the top tier because, baby, this was the second game I ever played. And it was the first game that I bought for my personal collection. And in this game, you have the spooky ooky vibes. You have Henry Bolet. Need I say more, but I will continue. The atmosphere is phenomenal. All of the characters are so good. Gilbert Buford is my dream best friend in real life. I love that man. You have the curio shop. I love weird antiques. The mystery is really interesting. Yeah, I don't think you can go wrong with playing Legend of the Crystal Skull. I love this game. Phantom of Venice, I'm going to put in a comfort game, and I would put it in the top tier except for the fact that we have the sewer puzzle at the end, and I don't like the sewer puzzle. And similar to the Danger by Design problem, if an end puzzle is too hard for me, it really puts me off. So I feel pretty comfortable putting Phantom of Venice in the second tier, even though it is an iconic game and I do love it. Haunting of Pass Malloy is a hard one for me to rank because there's a lot that I like about it, but a lot that I don't like about it, the end puzzle in particular being one of them. And the plot line is just really unhinged. Like, it's just really chaotic. And I can never decide if that makes it endearing or if it's off-putting. I think I lean towards endearing, though, and I also really enjoy the barkeeping minigame, so that kind of saves it. I don't care about the characters in this game. I don't care about finding Kyler's husband, or fiance. The jetpacks are weird. I don't know. The fairy element is cool, but I mean, you don't really dwell on that too much. So, I don't know. I'll sit it here. I feel okay with that. Ransom of the Seven Ships was canceled for good reason, and I really didn't like that game to begin with, so it didn't break my heart when they discontinued it. Will I ever play it again? Maybe, because I do own the physical copy, so it is within the realm of possibility for me to play it again. But I'm not just, like, rushing to play it, and I'm sure none of you are rushing to see me play it either, because it's just, not a lot happens. And you would think in a game where your best friend gets kidnapped, a lot would happen, but it just doesn't. So I'll leave you with that. Warnings at Waverly Academy, I would in fact sell my soul to play that for the first time. I love a dark academia setting. I love the characters. I love the snack shop game. It has kind of witchy vibes, which is fun. Arguably more witchy vibes than Midnight in Salem, which we will get to later. Yeah, there's like nothing wrong with this game. I love the library in it. I would probably spend most of my time in the library if there was more to explore in there. That's one problem I have, but we move on. Trail of the Twister, I think I could replay this every couple of years. A lot of people don't like this game because of the chores, and I honestly don't mind the chores that much, but what I do mind is the mouse puzzle. Once would have been enough for that. We didn't have to do it 5 times, but we did anyway. I really enjoyed the learning about weather. I've always been interested in weather and clouds in particular, so that was fun being able to like take the pictures and stuff. I don't really care too much about the characters except for Paw and Chase. I really like their characters a lot. But otherwise, this game was just very unremarkable, but it's not bad. So I think it can sit pretty comfortably in the middle tier. Secrets Can Kill Remastered, I kind of go back and forth between the third and fourth tier on this one because it's obviously better than the first Secrets Can Kill, but there's not a lot that's different about it other than like the graphics and general like smoothness of the game. I do appreciate the extra Easter eggs and the nostalgia of like paying homage to the older games and to the Nancy Drew fans as well. So I think I'm gonna put it in the every few years category for that reason. That might be a little generous, but I feel okay about that. Shadow at the Water's Edge, I do love this game, but again, we have the end puzzle problem. And I wouldn't sell my soul to play it for the first time. It's not a comfort game because it's a little too spooky to be a comfort game. It's also... Does anyone else feel like this is a long game? Like, it's a long game compared to the rest of them. Maybe that's just me. Maybe it just took me longer to finish this game. But I think that it's going to have to sit in the mid-tier as well. Captive Curse, I don't know how unpopular this opinion is, but I didn't like this game, period. Like, once was probably enough for me. I don't think it's as bad as Ransom of the Seven Ships, but I don't care about it. I don't care about the characters. The only thing that really sets it apart for me is the Nancy and Ned drama, and that's not even a part of the mystery. That's just the phone conversations. So, once was probably enough. If you disagree with me, you can talk about it in the comments, but it's very unspectacular to me. Alibi and Ashes, however, is an easy comfort game because you get to explore River Heights, you get Nancy, Ned, Bess, and George, and you get Alexi. So all like the characters are just phenomenal. And you get ice cream, which is really fun. I love a game with food. So, yeah, that's cool. I like this game. There's not much else to say about that. Tomb of the Lost Queen. I wish that I liked this game more because I am very fascinated by Egyptian mythology. But I think the alien subplot really messed it up for me. I don't know. The Deadly Device, I don't like science. I'm not good at science, so it just wasn't for me. Maybe upon a replay I'll change my mind, but I don't really think so. I think it's just kind of meh. Ghost of Thornton Hall, I honestly think that I would sell my soul to play this for the first time, simply because the jump scares were actually jumpy, and to go into that game blind again would be so fun for me. And honestly, I haven't played it for several years, so replaying it might almost be like playing it for the first time, so we'll have to see. I'm excited about that. The Silent Spy is an easy comfort game as well, and this might be a weird opinion as well, but out of all the Nancy Drew games, The Silent Spy I feel like is one that they could do some type of sequel for. That might be weird to say, but I feel like there's a lot about Nancy's mom that we still haven't really delved into and untangled. And I think that they could do that in another game. I think that they could continue this plot, even if it was just like a subplot that was the undercurrent of another mystery that was like the main plot of the game. I would be fine with that, but I just think that it would be cool to revisit that. The Shattered Medallion, I don't need to ever play this again. I hated this game. The only redeeming factor was the fact that Sunny June was in it live and in person. But I don't really remember anything about this game except that Sunny was in it, there were sheep, and we were in New Zealand. And that's it. I don't know what else to say. I just didn't like it. Labyrinth of Lies was really underwhelming to me, which is disappointing because, again, I really enjoy learning about Greek mythology and specifically Persephone's story. I really resonate with and really enjoy diving into. But it just kind of fell flat to me. I didn't love it. I feel like once was probably enough. Maybe after replaying it, I'll feel different, but I just don't think so. Sea of Darkness, I think I could play this every couple of years. It is one of the best games in terms of graphics, maybe in terms of voice acting, script, probably as well. Like, all of the logistics of making this game were top tier. But the actual, feeling of the game didn't really do it for me as much as the games that are above it, and I think that that's purely out of nostalgia. Like, when this game came out, I don't remember the year, but I was probably in high school, like late high school, or maybe even in college at this point. So it just wasn't my primary focus. Nancy Drew was not my priority in life at this point, and so maybe I just didn't get into it for that reason. Midnight in Salem, we already know. I don't need to ever play this again. I will play it again for stream, just for kicks and giggles. But I didn't like this game either. Honestly, I almost want to say that I liked it better than the Shattered Medallion, but I feel like I can't comfortably say that until I've played them both again, but we'll see. So yeah, this is my ranking. Let me know what you think of it, if you disagree or agree with anything that I've put up here, or anything that I've said in general. I'm still trying to decide the order of which I'm going to play the Nancy Drew games. I don't know if I'm going to start from the very beginning and start with Secrets Can Kill Remastered and go all the way through, or if I'm going to kind of go just based off of vibes. Maybe we'll vote on Instagram polls or something. But if you have game suggestions, Nancy Drew or otherwise, for me to stream in the coming weeks, please put them in the comments below. Please like this video if you liked it, and subscribe and follow all of my socials. You can find me on Instagram, Twitch, and obviously on YouTube at Luce Goose Games. Yeah, with that being said, that's kind of all there is to it. I'm excited to get this posted. I'm excited to start streaming. Yeah, I'm just excited. Thank you so much for watching this and for reliving my nostalgic gaming things with me. This is going to be a freaking blast. So, yeah, thank you so much. I will see you very, very soon, hopefully. Bye!